So I haven't ridden this bike in a few months, mainly because we had a world shutdown. So it's literally just been sitting on my bike stand, hanging out in my garage waiting for some attention. But the other day I had to take it off the bike stand to make room for my new SX 256 bar. And when I took it off the bike stand and rolled it, it sounded like I had a loose nipple in my back wheel. Every time I would spin it, it'd click, 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 click. Obviously it had to be a nipple because there's no way a rock could have gotten inside of my rim. So it could be one of two things. It could be a nipple that was left in the wheel when they were built, which is highly unlikely because I've had these wheels on this bike for like 8 or 9 months, and it'd be kind of weird if now it broke loose. Or it could just be over time one of the nipples broke loose and the back side of the nipple is still inside of the wheel and it's clinging around and making a lot of noise, which is kind of weird too because, like I said, I haven't ridden this thing in, I would say, maybe 4 months. So today we're gonna see if we can figure out what is up with the back wheel. Before I take off the back wheel, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin my wheel to check to see if my wheel is out of true. If it is out of true, that means that one of the nipples probably did break, and that's what caused the wheel to get out of true and wobbly. And if the wheel is nice and straight, that means there probably is a nipple that's inside of the rim and it just got unstuck and it's flipping around inside of the wheel when you spin it. Let's see if you guys can hear what I'm talking about. Yeah, that would drive me nuts. So let's spin the wheel and make sure the wheel is still in true. I'm not sure if you guys could tell in the video, but my back wheel was really wobbly. In some spots, one side would touch one of the brake pads. So that tells me that most likely one of the nipples did break, and that's what's bouncing around inside of my wheel. Which is kind of tricky because all the nipples and everything, all the spokes are still in place. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna go through and check the tension of all the spokes. Maybe we'll get lucky and one of the spokes will actually pull out. There is our broken nipple. So now that we found our broken nipple, I think I have some extra nipples in my toolbox. Luckily, I kind of know how to true a wheel, so we're gonna take the back wheel off, we're gonna replace that nipple, true the wheel, put it back on the bike. There it is, broken backside of the nipple. Got it nice and snug. Now we're ready to true it. I don't have a truing stand, so what I do is I put my wheel on my bike, snug it down, put 2 zip ties that are close to the rim, and just true it like that. We replaced that one bad nipple, trued the wheel, put the wheel back on the bike. It's ready to go, ready to take to the track. For me, ready to sit back on this stand until I'm ready to go back out to the track. I don't know when that's gonna be, but the next time I go out to the track is gonna be the test ride on the SX 250. So stay tuned for that video because it's dropping here pretty soon. I was gonna go to the track tonight, but it's already 4 o'clock, so maybe tomorrow. Some of you guys probably noticed that I took off my sprocket to take off my back wheel, and that's because with the gear I run, the 4717 and the chain I run, it just puts my wheel at a really weird spot. The only way to take off my back wheel is to take off my sprocket. I'm not in a rush right now to get a different chain to fix that issue because I'm not racing, and if I get a flat tire, I'll have time to change the tube. So I'm running it, no worries. Thank you guys once again for hanging out with me. I love to see all of your lovely faces. Well, not really, I can't see your faces, but I can see the views after this video is posted, so that's cool. All right guys, that's all I got for you. I'll see you next week.